There is a sentiment that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I think there's real wisdom there, but sometimes people you meet only once can have a hell of an impact on you. When I got out of high school, I went to work in this factory where they used to bottle honey. And it was very hot, hard work, minimum wage, repetitive. And back then I was an angry kid. I mean, just angry all the time. I didn't know who I was. And the crew in the factory, they didn't think much of me. I didn't give them much reason to like me. And they had me on this seamer machine, which put the tops on cans. The honey would come out of these big 55-gallon drums, and we'd have to heat it up to about 180 degrees so you could pour it into these steel cans. And I'd have to grab them one at a time and put them on a base plate, put a metal top on it, and then step on a plate to send it up into the rotor so that I could seam it. And then I'd take that 5-pounder and move it on, and they'd label it and lid it and put it in a box, and I'd have to do this again, 5 pounds at a time, about 2,000 times a day. And one day I'd gotten sideways with the owner's kid, and he wanted to get rid of me. And my paycheck was hanging by a thread, so I was running that seamer like a fiend, just trying to get the cases out the door, and trying to look valuable. And I could hear this kid in the next room telling his dad what a waste of space I was. So I got all nervous and twitchy, and I wound up putting a top on this, just a little shy of center. And man, when I stepped on that pedal and sent it into the rotor, it just painted everybody on the line with the contents. So it's like 90 degrees in there, and I've come in and basically poured hot honey down their pants. So there is plenty of reason to hate me. And we really should have stopped and hosed off, but 3 seconds later, the boss and his kid come walking in, and everybody on that line just keeps working like nothing happened. And the boss asks the crew in Spanish, how it's going, and they all smile and nod. Even the badass at the end that I know can't stand me. And the owner and his boy hang out there and check the tank levels and inspect the conveyors and talk for what feels like an hour. And these guys on that line, man, they act like it's just a fine spring day, just banging out case after case. And before he shoved off, the owner whispered something to the badass at the end. And this guy sort of nods and smiles and looks at me and gives me a wink. And I guess he told the boss I was okay because he didn't fire me. And that was decades ago, but I can still see that hard-ass face with a big blotch of honey on it, and he gives me a wink. That guy made me feel like maybe people were okay for the rest of my life.